Hello, Patriots.
Hello, Patriots and odds and digital soldiers and proud deplorables.
This is Carrie.
This is Joel.
And we are the Quiet Boys.
Of Truth, Take Two.
Take two. Can you hear us? Can you hear us?
Before
I start rambling on like a crazy person, I'd like to know if someone is hearing me rambling.
Anybody hear us? Can you hear us?
Let us know if you can hear us, guys. We're still new to all of this live stuff, so
but give us a 5x5. There we go.
You can hear us. You can hear us.
Woohoo! Welcome,
Patriots. Oh my gosh.
Hello, Amina Kish from Texas. Hello, Octavius Thompson. Good to see you, Patriot brother.
So we had to go live, guys, because we were recording the Q post from yesterday, the 9th, and as we were doing that, Q was just, we were getting these little notifications like Q posted again, Q posted again, Q posted again. So it's just been ongoing all night, as all of you who follow the Q boards are well aware. Q is just going crazy right now.
Yeah,
so that's why we're going
fire
live.
On the board. Fire
so yeah,
everywhere.
So welcome everybody. This is exciting.
Yes.
It's such an exciting time to be alive and witnessing all of this right now.
Absolutely.
Woo!
So glad you're here. Victoria Benjamin, can you hear us? We see you.
Oh, she said still nothing.
Good to hear. All right, we're good. We've got the green light.
All right, so all of this started in the wee morning hours at 12:20 this morning on the 10th with Q's first post for the day. This was post 4644. This one has 2 tweets there. We're not going to go to those, but basically, guys, we'll leave those links for you in the description. And those 2 tweets are talking about the fact that basically Oregon is on fire right now, just like California. And it's intentional.
Yeah.
It's being set intentionally by, I'm going to go ahead and say that it's being set intentionally by Antifa.
Or climate change activists. Sorry, bad joke.
Oh my God. Yeah, so Antifa is, setting fires. They have moved on to arson.
Anybody who's taking Soros money.
Yeah, exactly. So Q says, highly coordinated, funded domestic terrorism. Feds involve U.S. rights. I think it's counter surveillance, Democrat-controlled areas, media blackout, election gaming. Now, election gaming is interesting because I came across an article recently that was talking about this war game roundtable basically thing that took place a couple months ago. I think it was like mid-June. Has anyone heard of that? What they sat down and did, they were basically role playing.
I have not heard of that.
Okay, so I have an article here, so let's click on that real quick.
All right, let's go check that out.
If we can find it.
If we can find it.
There it is.
Oh, here it is. Oh, no.
Nope. Darn it.
Don't worry. I got this.
Joel's got it under control, guys. All these, tech things.
Or whatever. Here we go.
Okay, so maybe scroll up to the top so they can see.
All right, here it is.
So this article comes from wbur.org, and it's titled, "This War Game Maps Out What Happens If the President Contests the Election." So basically this group of, high up Democrats and Republicans, military officials, all kinds of people get together, and they're basically playing a giant game of D&D with our, election.
Right.
So these guys are role playing what would happen if this happens, those kind of scenarios on the war table kind of thing. The stuff we see in movies, guys, is what they were up to. Go ahead and scroll down there, Joel.
All right, you tell me when to stop.
Well, there's a lot here, and we'll leave
There
this
is a
link for
lot
you
here,
guys to
guys.
check out what they're up to.
We are at war, tabletop exercise. Yeah, they're straight
Yeah.
playing D&D with our
Seriously,
lives,
that's
guys.
exactly what it reminded me
That is
of.
crazy.
All of you D&D guys out there, yeah, you will totally get this, what they're doing. They're playing D&D.
All right, so am I getting close?
Well, there's a lot here. Like I said, I'll leave it in the description, but I think it's kind of telling what they were saying about it from all these different media outlets like Boston Globe. Yeah. So Boston Globe says, on the second Friday in June, a group of political operatives, former government and military officials, and academics quietly convened online for what became a disturbing exercise in the fragility of American democracy. One thing I will tell you is that John Podesta was involved in this. That tells you anything.
Yeah, that tells me a lot, actually.
So Newsweek had to say a bipartisan group of about 80 political operatives and academics has been involved in discussions about what could happen if President Donald Trump were to lose the November election and then contest the results, potentially refusing to leave the White House. Okay, so this whole thing, it's not about whether the election is going to be rigged, if there's going to be actual fraud in the election, as we know is the probability with all of this mail-in ballot harvesting crap
there's gonna be
that
fraud.
they're up to. Yeah, so obviously that's their goal because they know that's the only way they're going to win.
Yeah.
So now they're trying to twist it and say, if Trump actually does win, what's gonna, like they're twisting it both ways, guys. So he's either going to lose and refuse to leave the White House. So they had to come up with all these scenarios of what they're going to do if that happens.
Right.
Or he's going to win. And then they're going to say that he didn't win. Right. So look at this next one, the Financial Times one.
Right here.
Donald Trump has won the Electoral College by a clear margin. Yet America is in ferment. Cities around the world are holding candlelit vigils for U.S. democracy, and smaller Democratic states have joined California to threaten Calexit. Unions plan a general strike to pressure chief executives to back America's majority. So, guys, this is so crazy. They're saying that if Donald Trump were to win the Electoral College, which is the foundation of our republic, they're going to dispute it. They're going to say that it's not valid. I mean,
that's pretty much exactly what they're saying, Gary.
Dude, this is crazy.
Yeah.
This is crazy.
Very crazy.
They're not going to, whatever they try to do, it's not going to work. Remember, guys, Patriots are in control. But just reading stuff like this, oh, man. It's so crazy.
Yes, it is.
So crazy.
Yeah. So, all right, do we want to get back to the board?
Yeah, let's get back to the board.
All right, here we go. So that was about a little bit about the election gaming that not 100%, but that seems like that's what Q's talking about right there. I mean, kind of like, hey, these guys do this kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, very interesting. So moving on, we have post 4645 dropped 10th of September at 1:59 p.m. So Q says, what happens if 44 is actively running a shadow command and control in the Killbox shadow presidency operation against the current duly elected POTUS?
Okay, so 44 obviously is referring to Obama.
Old Barry Soetoro.
Yeah. What former mid-senior admin officials would need to be involved? What current mid-senior admin officials would need to be involved? What key positions of power would be critical to the operation? How do you finance an operation like that?
Interesting. Should we check out, these links right now?
Yeah, let's go ahead and look at the links.
Let's go look at those links.
Yeah.
Here we go, guys.
And guys, we're seeing these for the first time.
Yes, we are. We would be making a video about this right now, but Q just started dropping like it was hot.
Yeah, so this is an article that's over 3 years old. We've seen this before. Trump debuts in Europe as Obama returns to stir nostalgia for the old days. So this was basically, the whole shadow presidency thing, guys. Everywhere Trump went, Obama was sure to follow.
Yeah, before
Yeah.
and after.
All right.
Yeah.
So we've seen this. We know what this is about. He went
Yep.
just a week after Trump did.
We're gonna leave all these links for you guys too after this show's over. But I mean, look at that.
Yeah.
Wow.
So this is the
wow. You playing hopscotch, bud? What you doing?
Oh yeah, he followed
Interesting.
everywhere to try to
Yeah.
probably reassure them, like all our deals are still in place, guys.
Yeah.
Don't listen to what he said.
We still have our deals, right? Right, guys?
Right,
Okay.
yeah.
I know he was already here, but we still have him now, right?
Right. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Go.
All right. So
That was
we've
the
got
first one. We've got two more. Here's the second
the
one.
next one takes us to
Oh,
the
yep.
Independent.
Same thing. Obama to meet world leaders in India and China weeks after Trump's visit.
Yeah.
So, yep. We know you were up to some shady stuff there, Obama.
Yep. Definitely know that. Look at that. My word. Yeah, he just followed him everywhere before and after. It's like he's like, I got to learn this guy's flight plan, and then I also have to follow him after he's already been to these places.
Yeah.
Wow. Interesting.
Right. So I'm guessing that
and the next one I'm sure we've seen before as well.
Oh yeah, we have.
Oh, John Kerry was in Paris.
Did he meet with Iranians? Who says no?
Yeah, okay. I'm sure he didn't. Wink, wink.
Right. We have. There was another picture we saw. Where
that oak tree looking dude. Just saying right now. Yeah. What does it say here? Republican operatives claim to have definitive proof that the chief American architect of the Iran nuclear deal met secretly with Iranian officials in Paris just days after President Donald Trump announced the United States withdrawal from the international accord. Really interesting.
Ooh, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Very interesting. Yeah,
that's the picture. I remember.
Yeah, that's the picture. Hey, didn't you know this picture actually? Correct me if I'm wrong here, Patriots, but this picture looks like it's the same picture Q posted, but from a different angle. Wasn't John Kerry just leaving that restaurant? But this one looks like he's down the sidewalk a little bit.
Street. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure,
okay.
Yeah.
I was wondering. All right. Yeah. All right. So back to the board here.
Okay. FBI mid-senior officials terminated to date. DOJ mid-senior officials terminated to date. Pentagon mid-senior officials terminated to date. National Security mid-senior officials terminated to date. State Department, same thing. Executive Office of the President, Office of the Vice President, Director of National Intelligence, Secretary of Defense, Secretary of State, Department of Homeland Security, Department of Treasury, U.S.
U.S. District of Columbia, U.S. Attorney District of Columbia,
U.S. sorry guys, Assistant U.S. Attorney District of Columbia, U.S. Attorney, Southern District of New York, Inspector General, Intel, Communications. Go ahead and take over, Joel.
State Department Inspector General, Special Rep for Ukraine Negotiations, A&B to Ukraine, or Ambassador to Ukraine. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, Classification 1 through 99 Defense, Classification 1 through 99 Intel, Importance of Controlled, Mainstream Media, Propaganda in the Kill Box. In the kill box, again, what you see is not true. What we say is true, not what you see.
Oh, no.
Yeah, okay. Importance of controlling the narrative. All assets deployed. Nothing to lose. Treason, sedition, conspiracy, information warfare, irregular warfare, insurgency, infiltration, not invasion. Clear and present danger to the United States of America.
The shadow presidency of 44, prevention of power returning to the people, power, control, prevention of accountability, prevention of transparency, war, a critical moment in time.
Geez. Guys, we are living through some of the craziest, probably the craziest time to be alive. I mean, nobody's ever seen anything like this.
Yeah, absolutely. And all this, this propaganda, I mean, they are just going all out with this, guys.
Yeah, they are.
I mean, what it says right there, what you see is not true. What we say is true, right?
Yeah, don't believe what you see. Believe what we tell you.
Exactly. But the scary thing is that there's some people that are
There are some
they're
people
like,
that do,
oh,
guys, and I'm sure a
okay,
lot of you guys know them.
because they're saying it so often. They're saying it over and over. They're repeating that same narrative over and over again. And it's relentless. I mean, and it's from every news anchor. And then they say it in a different way. And then, someone else comes on and they say it again.
Yeah,
Like they're just like
exactly.
using that.
Yep.
Because they know that this system has been in place for so long, and people are so programmed and brainwashed at this point. I mean, think of all the damage that's been done to us, guys. Like, we've been lied to for so long. It's been happening for so long that some people are just still stuck in that.
Yeah, very much so.
They're still stuck in it. And so when they hear that same message being relayed to them over and over again, despite what they're seeing, they're believing what they hear. They're still, for some crazy reason, they're still believing these news anchors. They're believing these
Well,
people on CNN
it's the
and
MK Ultra,
MSNBC.
it's MK Ultra mind
It's
control.
mind
It's the
control.
echo
It's
chamber
programming,
parroting of everything again and again. But let's get on to this next post here. There's quite a bit we got to burn through, guys.
Yeah, because we could go on about
yes,
all this
we could.
stuff forever. But yeah. So post 4646 came this morning, or no, this afternoon, sorry, 2:10 p.m. We have a tweet here. Let's go ahead and head over there real quick, Joel.
Yep, let's go check it out.
So it looks like this is from Sean Davis, and it says newly released DOJ records show that multiple top members of Mueller's investigative team claim to have accidentally wiped at least 15. Notice that exclamation point in parentheses there.
Right.
Phones used during the anti-Trump investigation after the DOJ OIG asked for the devices, I think, to be handed over. They accidentally wipe them. Don't you hate when you do that, Joel? When you accidentally wipe all of the data off of your phone?
I totally hate that. And when I have to do it with hammers, though, for some reason.
But you know what?
And bleach bit.
It doesn't work.
Yeah.
Sorry, you could have saved all that effort with your hammers.
Here, right? Look at this. Look at this. What? Let's try to make sense of this. Oh, Lisa Page. Okay.
Oh, yeah. So
Peter Strzok.
Phone not found. Phone found. And with DOJ OIG. But according to AMZ, the phone was restored to factory settings.
That is crazy.
The phone was restored to factory settings when they received it. So yeah.
Wow. Oh, sorry. I don't mean to get off topic, but yeah, Victoria Benjamin, that's crazy. We have not heard about the CDC in Ohio. This is insane. Sending notes home from schools to parents to prepare for overnight stays in FEMA locations if COVID-19 is suspected. It's crazier. So it's not crazier, but this goes along the same lines. This is like really wild. We heard from one of our followers in the comments. They were saying that they were going door to door in Arizona, doing like mandatory blood donations.
What?
Yeah.
That's not even what I thought you were going to say.
No, yeah, I know, right? I remember reading that. I was like, what in the world? And we were going to check into that, but there's so much stuff happening. It's just hard to keep up with sometimes.
There's no way. I mean, who would just be like, oh, okay, cool, if someone came to your door like that and said that you had to give mandatorily.
Right. It's very crazy. It's like, this is like, what
I heard was they were going to be coming around and like testing people. And if they tested positive for COVID, they were going to round them up and take them off somewhere. To some FEMA camp or whatever.
Now, see, I had heard that, but like, that's very crazy. Like I hadn't actually heard about that. That's very wild. And it makes me wonder if like state by state, if they're trying to kind of keep this stuff like hush hush.
I don't know.
I don't know.
We know for sure they're not going to any of the states.
My word. So who is it? DeWine, right? Is your governor out there?
In Arizona?
In Ohio.
Oh, in Ohio.
In Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah, that's very crazy. That guy should be held accountable, especially, he's been doing some really crazy stuff. We heard from one of our buddies, Beer at the Parade, was saying that he's trying to remember what he was trying to do. But basically installing FEMA camps out in Ohio. And
Right.
it's like, dude, wait, what? What are you
Well, I
doing?
think that goes along with what I had heard then.
Yeah,
The FEMA
yeah.
camps they're gonna
Very,
be trying
very
to round
crazy
people up.
stuff.
So I'm curious about this. The letters home from schools. They're not saying like be prepared for your child not to come home from school, right? Because they might be in a FEMA camp. That's not what the letters are saying, right?
Yeah, I am interested in that. But yeah, definitely send us the links. That would be amazing. Yeah, you can send them to us at quietvoice@gmail.com. You can send us the links there and we will check it out for sure. Very interesting stuff. But yeah, so this is the second image that was attached to this first one here. So, we've got these two, the employees, right? Cell phone numbers, and
Yeah.
a lot of it's redacted. Look, Kevin Kleinsmith right up here. No, Keck. No, I'm just kidding. That's KEC, not KEK. He doesn't get a full Keck unless we're laughing at him.
No.
Andrew Weissman, James James Quarles.
It's so small. I don't know.
All right. And Greg Andre. Very interesting. So this is a lot to dig into, guys.
Yeah,
and
so
we're gonna have to link it.
All their devices were accidentally wiped. Yeah.
Accidentally.
Okay.
Accidentally.
Yeah. I'm sure there's those digital records are not gone though, right? I mean, every time you try to wipe something,
no, when
like,
Q
it
says
doesn't really disappear.
When
guys.
Q has said we have everything, they meant we have everything.
Exactly. So let's head back to the keyboard here.
Yeah, let's go back. All right. So
okay, so underneath where it had that link for the tweet, it says was Supreme Court, I'm guessing, Mueller brought on to provide cover for a legal 44 spy op plus 4 wall POTUS in a non-attack political box. Seek and destroy, lose incriminating evidence. They never thought she was going to lose. Sloppy. Sorry.
Yeah.
Nothing digital is ever really lost. Exactly.
Yeah, no, it is not. It's archived somewhere. So they messed up. They messed up big time.
Yeah. So this whole Mueller nightmare, the over 300-page book that came out.
Yeah.
What a nightmare. It was just all just a cover up, just time waster for the American people. Eyes over here, so you can't see what's going on over here. Exactly.
Right. All right. So moving on. Oh, yeah. Did you have anything more to say about that, Carrie?
No, I'm good.
Okay. So moving on to post 4647, dropped 10th of September at 2:20 p.m. I can read military time, trust me. At 2:20 p.m.
Sure, yeah, I can. I'm just kidding.
The illegal spy campaign by 44 or Barry Soetoro or Barack Obama upstream collection in the kill box went far beyond that of 45's transition team. 44 Brennan lead plus foreign, I believe the F in the kill box stands for foreign assist.
I'm guessing
foreign assistance, matters of national security. Q. Ooh, they got caught spying, and they got caught spying big time, guys. I mean, they thought they were spying on our president, but they were being watched. I mean, how do you? Yep.
Yeah. So
they baited them in, and they took the bait.
Yeah, exactly.
Because they knew they were shady.
What these guys did was so illegal, though.
Oh, it definitely was. Definitely.
Okay. Okay, so post 4648 was today at 2:28 p.m. And looks like an Anon posted, Q, you always seem to post exactly when I'm most down. Hive mind. Thank you and God bless.
Yeah, right. That's the way we feel too. That's crazy.
And then Q responded, find peace, solace through prayer. There are good people standing behind you. Have faith in humanity. Have faith in yourself. Nothing can stop what is coming. Nothing. God bless.
Yeah.
Nice message.
Absolutely. That's beautiful. I mean, that just take a moment, like take that in. That's amazing.
Yeah.
I love that. post 4649. So we have a link to the New York Times. We'll go check that out in just a second, guys. But Q says, worth remembering, infiltration and placement under 44. Q. So let's go check out that article. New York Times seems to like always mess with us when we go to it, but we'll try to get through this, guys. So inquiry by CIA affirms it spied on Senate panel.
Oh, okay. Well, that's all we need to know. Yeah, its officers penetrated a computer network used by the Senate Intelligence Committee in preparing its damning report on the CIA's detention and interrogation program.
Yeah, very interesting.
Oh, they read the emails of Senate investigators, sent a criminal referral to the Justice Department based on false information.
Oh, they did all that? Oh, just for our president?
Oh, man.
Wow. Man. It's like they just straight up got caught with their pants down. I mean, for no better way to put it, like that's literally what happened.
Yeah. And so this article, I believe, is from 2014. Like, let's look at the date.
Yeah, it is July 31st of 2014.
Yeah.
Written by Mark Mazzetti and Carl Hulse. Yeah, it's always fun to look into the people who write articles and always check the dates, Patriots. Always check the dates. So this is pretty old. This was a couple years before our president became the president.
Right. Yeah.
The president. Yeah. Interesting. Let's see what else it says. The report by the agency's inspector
this
general.
Was the whole thing about Feinstein.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Very interesting. Yeah, it's kind of a short one. I don't know. It's a little longer. Pretty long. Yeah, we're gonna link that. We're gonna link that for sure.
And then, oh my gosh, post 4650. This is crazy, guys. So this came out today at 3:21 p.m. So we have here what looks to be like a little snippet of an article.
Yeah.
And it says, submitted by a faithful Our Town reader. In 1933, Hitler appointed Hermann Göring Minister of the Interior. This is crazy. Oh my gosh. His first orders were to defund and eliminate police departments.
Yeah.
So that they would not interfere with his brown shirts, whose mission it was to riot, burn, beat up, and kill citizens in an effort to sway the elections.
Who does that sound like, guys?
Oh my god.
Carrie, who does that sound like to you right now?
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
Antifa?
Yeah.
Antifa?
Well, this is Antifa.
It's Antifa.
I mean, their whole push, the whole Democratic push right now, BLM and defund the police. I mean, come on. It's so like irrational. I don't know how anyone could be like, yeah, defunding the police is a great idea.
It is until you actually do it, and then you find out you have a bunch of pissed off American patriots.
It isn't though. It never is. That's never a good idea.
It's not a good idea. Like,
yeah, I know.
So that's where like that's not a good idea, but they'll figure out it's not a good idea to do that if they actually succeed, which they won't.
No, absolutely not. But like, yeah. So just this, I mean, yesterday we went through all of the startling similarities to what the Nazis did with their propaganda and what they're doing right now with the propaganda. And here's just another example. First thing they did, defund the police.
Yeah.
What's happening now? Huge call, huge push to defund the police.
Yeah.
It's like absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
The truth is right in front of you. Past playbook used today, knowledge is power. Yeah, why do you think they want to pull down all those monuments and statues so they can rewrite history, right?
Exactly.
Because if we don't have all that, we don't have those constant reminders, we aren't going to remember what happened in the past.
Yeah.
And you know, that's the saying, right?
That is exactly
those who
what
forget
happened.
history are doomed to repeat it.
Yeah, very much so. There's a reason that's a saying.
Exactly.
There's a reason that's a saying.
Exactly. And they're trying to take that out so no one even remembers that.
They're like, what was that
right?
saying?
There was some saying about, it doesn't
history.
matter.
Yeah.
Whatever. We can just change everything, change history, rewrite history.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Good luck, guys.
So moving on to post 4651. We've got a link here to history.place. Let's check that out.
Ooh,
So
the history place, the triumph of Hitler.
Gestapo. I can't say
Gestapo.
Gestapo.
What?
The Gestapo is born.
Oh,
Although the
jeez.
Gestapo is generally associated with SS leader Heinrich Himmler, it was actually founded by Hermann Göring in April 1933.
Oh, we just heard that name, Hermann Göring.
Mm-hmm.
The defund the police guy. Sorry. Okay, just scroll down. Let's see how long this is.
It's pretty
Oh,
good.
it's lengthy, guys. It's going to go into some really good detail for you. So we will leave this link. Definitely important.
Oh wow!
What
Well,
we're
this
talking
is
about
interesting
now.
right here.
Okay.
In 1942, the Gestapo took things a step further via Hitler's night and fog decree. Suspected anti-Nazis would now vanish without a trace into the misty night, never to be seen again. The desired effect, as stated by Himmler, was to leave the family and the population uncertain as to the fate of the offender. Wow.
That's terrible.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, they were, oh my gosh, arrested in the middle of the night and whisked off to faraway prisons for torture interrogation, eventually arriving at a concentration camp in Germany if they survived.
Wow.
Oh my gosh.
Literally, they were trying to like do this all over again. I mean, it makes you question, like, did the Hitler Hitler Nazi ideology ever actually leave?
Right.
No, of course it did not.
But don't
It did
worry,
not.
Patriots. No one's coming to get us in the middle of the night.
No, we have guns.
Exactly. We have, yeah.
We have ways to protect ourselves. There's a reason we need our Second Amendment. Okay, so Q says fact checkers installed, misleading misinformation, deliberate intent to deceive regarding anti-narrative.
So what was that Britannica one? Can you go there?
Oh yeah, let's go check out the Britannica one real
I just
quick.
want to see if that
Gestapo. Yeah. Abbreviation of Geheim Staatspolizei.
Yeah.
Sorry, pronunciation is not on fleek right now, but yeah, you guys know what the Gestapo was, the political police of Nazi Germany.
Secret state police.
The political police. Wow. Doesn't get much more political than that. Okay, so Q goes on to say, truth about history attacked, altered, reformatted. Why? System of information control, narrative population control, events then, events today, reconcile. Q. Wow.
Yeah, when you start putting all this together and realizing that it's the same thing, you know.
Wow. Hey, we have Q number of people in chat right now. We can stop here.
Oh, that's 17. Cool. Right on.
Right on. Hey, welcome everybody. If you're just joining us, welcome, man. We're just kind of running over the Q post from today. Yeah, welcome to our show, and feel free to jump in the chat. Okay, so I guess we'll move on to the next post then.
Yeah, so we're on to post 4652. This came in today at 4:47 p.m. and we have a link there. Go ahead and click on that for me real quick, Joel. Okay, so this says, where's this from? Oh, The Intercept. Obama opens NSA's vast trove of warrantless data to entire intelligence community just in time for Trump. Whoa. Okay, so it says one privacy activist responded, this decision will be added to the timelines of the most significant expansions of domestic surveillance in the modern era.
With only days until Donald Trump takes office, and this was written in January 13th of 2017, by the way. With only days until Donald Trump takes office, the Obama administration on Thursday announced new rules that will let the NSA share vast amounts of private data gathered without warrant, court orders, or congressional authorization with 16 other agencies, including the FBI, the DEA, or Drug Enforcement Agency, and the Department of Homeland Security, or the DHS.
So, okay, question. If the Obama administration did this, they announced these new rules, letting the NSA share these vast amounts of private data, wouldn't they be aware of the fact that everything they were doing was being monitored and tracked by the NSA?
You'd think, but they kind of open sourced like information. They were like, well, the NSA isn't completely in charge of it now. It's also being accessed by FBI and CIA and
Oh, wait, let
DHS
me
and
actually
DEA.
read this second paragraph here. It says the new rules allow employees doing intelligence work for those agencies to sift through raw data collected under a broad Reagan era executive order that gives the NSA virtually unlimited authority to intercept communications abroad. Previously, NSA analysts would filter out information they deemed irrelevant and mask the names of innocent Americans before passing it along. Okay.
Yeah. Very interesting. But so then who did the unmasking of General Flynn?
Right. Yeah.
Oh, I know one of those names on the list goes by the name of Joe Biden.
Biden. Yeah, he was on
Joe
that
Biden.
list.
And he said, you guys remember what he said? He's like, I don't remember doing that. And you know what? When what was it?
He doesn't remember
Richard
much.
Grenell released those documents. Whose name was on the very last
Very
signature?
last one was
That was Joe Biden,
Biden.
guys. Joe
Mhm.
Biden. Yeah.
But I don't remember it, so it didn't happen.
Yeah. That's the way they like to play it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It happened.
Yeah, it
and
happened.
we know about
The
it.
internet doesn't forget.
Yep. Okay. Ooh, knowing what you know now.
Interesting. Huh.
All right.
Let's move on then.
Yeah,
We'll
we
keep
kind
going.
of have to because
We're trying to live
there's
decode,
so
guys.
much,
It's very interesting.
Yeah, we're just kind of going through this information as we see it because, yeah, I mean, that's all we have time for. We're all busy by design.
Yeah, yeah, by design. That's very true.
So yeah, this is our first look at all of this, guys. And I mean, we're trying to eat dinner with our 8-year-old and
yeah,
take care of family stuff. And we kept getting these little like ding ding ding, Q posted again. So here we are doing this.
All right, so post 4653. Wow, we've got a lot of links here, guys. In the kill box, Q says past 12 hours, right? And Q goes on to say at the end, sensitive subject.
This
over
is
the
normally
target.
what I edit out when Joel goes.
Yeah, well,
sorry, I love you, babe.
Okay, so let's check out that first post there.
Yeah, lots happened in the last 12 hours.
Oh my
guys.
gosh, guys, look at that.
It's unbelievable.
Projection much, huh? QAnon is a
Nazi
cult rebranded. Are you serious?
Oh my god.
Wow. Okay.
Cool. A secret cabal is taking over the world. Wait, no. Oh, okay, they're not saying this is Q. They're saying this is what Q is saying.
This is by Gregory Stanton, written yesterday. Says a secret cabal has taken over the world. They kidnap children, slaughter, and eat them to gain power from their blood. Yeah, we all know that's adrenochrome. They control high positions in government, banks, international finance, the news media, and the church, all true. They want to disarm the police. They promote homosexuality and pedophilia. They plan to mongrelize the white race. Yeah, okay. So it will lose its essential power. Does this conspiracy theory sound familiar? It is. The same narrative has been repackaged by QAnon. Oh my gosh. See, look, guys, Q has told us these hit pieces are going to come really hard, and we're mounting up. We're fighting back because this is the thing. When you get over target, guys, they start putting this kind of stuff out to try to make you run away, to make you seem scared. Don't back down.
Why are they linking Q to this this horrible, the protocols of the elders of Zion? It says the plot described above was the conspiracy revealed in the most influential anti-Jewish pamphlet of all time. That's that protocols. It was written by Russian anti-Jewish propagandists around 1902. It collected myths about a Jewish plot to take over the world that had existed for hundreds of years. Central to its mythology was the blood libel, which claimed that Jews kidnapped and slaughtered Christian children and drained their blood to mix in the dough for matzos consumed on Jewish holidays. So,
okay. See, and this is the thing where they're trying to turn it into an anti-Semitic thing. However,
they're linking that to Q.
Yeah, that's
which
stupid.
Is not at all.
I don't think the people that wrote this kind of stuff realize there's people like you and I who have Jewish family who are like, oh crap, those kind of people are going to see it. And we're like, we're calling BS on your whole story here because we know that's not what it's about. We
No,
know that's not what it's
absolutely
about.
not. It has nothing to
Yeah,
do with that.
has nothing to do with that at all. Here's the thing, like there are people that are guilty of certain things. Not all of them are Jewish. In fact, there's a lot that aren't.
We
In
all
fact,
know that, uh, there's evil
there's evil
in
everywhere, guys.
every
I mean,
culture,
how far
every
back does
race,
this go?
every ethnicity,
We
there's
can
evil
go
in
way
all
on
of
back.
them. This isn't about one race versus another, one color of skin versus another, one culture or ethnicity or any of that. We all know
Right.
that. That's ridiculous for them to be saying this, but
Right. It
that's what
is.
they have to say
But see,
because
they're trying to spin it into like the worst thing possible. They're like, oh, this is all them. But see that what this is, guys, this is projection. They're basically saying that everybody who follows Q or supports our president is guilty of exactly what they're guilty of because they know they're guilty of it and we're not. So they're trying to make it
here's what they're
seem
saying. They're saying it's a rebranded version of the protocols of the elders of Zion.
well,
QAnon
let's dig
purveys
on
the
that.
fantasy. I think that's the word that, I'm sorry, but it pisses me off the most when I read these stupid articles. The fantasy that a secret Satan worshiping cabal is taking over the world. Its members kidnap white children. Oh, is that part of the fantasy? I wasn't aware of that.
Yeah, well, I thought they were more into like
It's
Haitian
all
children. Yeah,
They're doing this to all our children,
yeah.
all the world's children.
Yes, they are.
Not the white children, all the children.
Yep.
Keep them in secret prisons run by pedophiles, slaughter, and eat them to gain power from the essence in their blood. Yeah, that's a fantasy, right? I mean, you think about a fantasy, right? Yeah.
Let's check out the next hit piece.
Okay. Yeah, we got to get away from this one because my blood's starting to boil.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, we'll move on. Expert on genocide. Oh, so this comes from alter.net. When was this put out? Oh, this was put out today, guys.
Oh, expert on genocide.
Oh, this is a fresh one, hot off the press. Expert on genocide.
The frightening parallels between QAnon and Hitler's Nazis. Wow.
Okay. Really? Because I don't see.
They're really trying to get ahead of
their
own propaganda.
I don't see any Q. In fact, that looks like is that like a sideways H for Hillary? Oh, sorry. No, never mind. Sorry, guys. I'm getting off topic. Anyway, I know the sorry, guys. The QAnon conspiracy cult enjoyed a major victory on August 11th. Far-right extremist Marjorie Taylor Greene won a GOP congressional primary in Georgia, and given how overwhelmingly Republican her district is, Greene is likely to win the general election in November and be sworn into the U.S. House of Representatives in January 2021. QAnon, known for their outrageous conspiracy theories, believe that the U.S. government has been infiltrated by an international ring of pedophiles and Satanists, and that President Donald Trump was put in power to battle them. And Gregory Stanton, president of Genocide Watch and an expert on the history of anti-Semitism, believes that there are parallels between QAnon's outrageous views and the views that Nazis promoted in Germany during the 1930s. Wow.
I love how they do everything they can to make it all sound so crazy, right?
You know what's weird is how they keep comparing it to like Hitler and the Nazis. Why do they keep bringing that up?
It's projection, because when the truth comes out that it's them that are putting out all the propaganda, they're doing they're following the Nazi playbook.
Yeah, they are.
And so of course they're going to say that, because everything they do, it's a projection. Like we know, they have to try to get ahead of like what.
That's ridiculous.
They have to try to portray this like crazy truth that's like the reflection, the mirror of the actual truth, right? So
right.
We know what they're doing is actually from the Nazi playbook. It's mirror image of what the Nazis did.
See,
so they're going to say that that's what we're doing.
Weird little thought process, but
people,
follow me
like
here.
The free thinkers, that's what we're doing.
If you had old world Nazis or old world Nazi ideology that was brought over into the Americas by people in very high positions of power.
Operation Paperclip.
Yeah, exactly. Operation Paperclip.
So they came over here.
What they would do is they would
embrace them because they wanted them. They wanted the scientists. They wanted all their research. They wanted them.
Right. But what they would do is they would run like wargaming scenarios saying, hey, if it ever came to pass that the good people started to rise and take back their power, what would we do? And they would say, we'd call them Nazis, just like what we are.
They did that
to make it seem like they're
that
bad.
We started out the show with. They did the round table war game.
Yeah.
big ass game of D&D.
Yeah, that's exactly what they would do.
With the future of our world. They played a giant game of D&D with the future of our world, and they said, this is what we're going to do in this given situation.
Yeah.
Right? And that's exactly what they're
doing. Oh, look,
doing
this guy's talking
right
about the
now.
protocols of the Elders of Zion again.
Oh,
so we're going to have to check that out, and then we're going to have
Yeah.
to literally and utterly tear it apart. That is what we're going to do. So let's check out the next
But
one.
not right now.
Not right now, but
Because,
soon,
yeah.
Patriots, soon. Okay.
Oh my gosh, another one, you guys. Oh my gosh. And QAnon, Nazism wants a comeback. Oh, this is just like
pretty sad. Pretty sad.
Sorry, guys. Normally I edit myself out when I do that. I can't really do that right now.
Oh, this was another one that came out today, guys. So
this looks like the same. That's the same start of the other one.
Wow. See, this is like Mockingbird Media all over again. They're like, guys, I just want to copy paste. And this is crazy. So dark like that? It's because they want us to buy into their channel or their page, and I'm not doing it.
Yeah, this is the same thing. Just
when I can read it for free.
It's just written another way, guys. The same exact thing. They're trying to portray.
Oh, I'm just looking for something.
QAnon as Nazism.
Wow, this is like literally the same article.
Yeah, it is actually. It's the exact same article.
Wow.
Oh yeah, when people are suffering hardships, they go crazy. They go crazy. And
all right. So next hit piece. Oh wait, this is the same one. Sorry guys, let's go back. Next hit piece. Here we go. Oh, here we go. The frightening parallels between QAnon and Hitler's Nazis.
Yet another one.
Wow. I think it should be the frightening parallels between Antifa and Hitler's Nazis. That's actually more fitting.
Between the Democratic Party right now.
Guys.
And the Nazis.
This is like literally the same article again. Wait, the QAnon conspiracy cult enjoyed a major victory. Like, guys, who wrote this? It came out today again by Alex Henderson. You know what? Can we sue these guys for plagiarism, for plagiarizing each other?
Do they all have
who wrote these articles?
Do they have names of the people that supposedly wrote them?
Yeah, like, up here. But it's a different person on every page. Different person on every page.
So which one of y'all
I think they just
in trouble for plagiarism here? Because they're all exactly the same.
I think George Soros wrote the first part and they copy pasted it and then kind of put their own thing in at the end. But
this is crazy. They're all like almost exactly the same. That first paragraph.
No, this is still
exactly
the same. Its members kidnap white children, keep them in. Oh, okay, come on. Are you kidding me?
They changed the word here and there.
Yeah, here and there, but it's essentially the same articles, guys.
This is ridiculous.
They are running out of ammo.
Wait, let me just read that. In the 1930s, millions of Europeans were unemployed. Violent battles between Nazis and communists raged in city streets. Democratic governments were powerless. Fascist dictators ruled Spain and Italy. Hitler took power in Germany and conquered Western Europe. Stalin's communists conquered the East. The Hitler-Stalin Pact sealed totalitarian rule over most of Europe. Sorry. It took World War II and the deaths of millions to defeat the Nazis' genocidal tyranny and another 50 years to free the gulags of the Soviet Union.
Wow.
So they're trying to recreate all of this. But when they say violent battles between Nazis and communists raged in city streets, and they're trying to parallel that to what's happening today, that's not happening. There are no violent battles between members of the left and members of the right on the street. Everyone out there is on the left. Everyone who is having a violent battle on the streets right now is on the left. There are no Trump supporters. There are no QAnon supporters out there fighting violent battles on the streets. That's not what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're trying to spread the message. We're trying to promote peace and unity and love. We are not out there. So this is all, as we know.
Guys, we spend so much time inside researching online. We don't have time. We don't even think about doing that kind of stuff.
Like we said before, if we were going to go out and go somewhere to like stand up for this movement, we'd be going to a Trump rally.
Right.
That's where we'd be going as peaceful protesters at a Trump rally. Right?
Exactly. All right, let's get on with this next post here. So it's post 4654. Looks like Q reposted that little. Oh, no, this is a new one. This looks like it came from an anon on the board here. Let's check this out.
Yeah, so it's that same one we saw earlier.
Right.
And then it also says, we cannot continue to rely only on this is, the Obama. Oh my gosh. On our military in order to achieve the national security objectives that we've set. We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well funded.
Wow.
What do you think he's talking about there, Joel?
I think he was talking about like funding Antifa. That's what it. That's what it seems like.
Oh my god.
That's what it seems like. Hey, check it out. So Q says, "Well done, Midnight Rider," and then links to a YouTube channel here. Let's check that out.
We cannot continue to rely only on our military in order to achieve the national security objectives that we've set. We've got to have a civilian national security force that's just as powerful, just as strong, just as well funded.
Okay, interesting there, Barry. Yeah, so guys, like, basically he was talking about, like, to me, it seems like bringing in like a socialist, like the brown shirts, right? Like, you know, Hitler funded the brown shirts, pretty much set them in place. And so now that's what we have with Antifa. They're like the new brown shirts, like intimidating people. And it's all political. It's all political, guys. So let's move on. We have post 4655 that was dropped today at 3:46 p.m. it looks like. And then we've got we've got some Twitter links, but first Q says, why are Democrats providing safe harbor, safe zones for Antifa to operate? Coordinated? Read the playbook. Q.
Yeah, of course they're providing safe harbor.
Read the playbook.
They hired them
Yes,
to do what they're doing in
yes,
certain
they
areas.
did. So let's check out that first Twitter account there. And that looks like it comes from Mr. Andy No. He says, let me pause that real quick. He says, Mayor Ted Wheeler announced that as police commissioner, he is banning Portland police from using tear gas under all circumstances. They were previously restricted to using it only on life safety emergencies, such as when rioters do arson attacks. Let's listen to this scumbag Ted Wheeler. I'm sorry, the guy, I do not like the guy.
It's time for everyone to reduce the violence in our community. We all want change. We all have the opportunity and the obligation to create change. We all want to focus on the fundamental issue at hand, justice for Black people and all people of color. That's why, as police commissioner, effective immediately and until further notice, I'm directing the Portland Police Bureau to end the use of CS gas for crowd control. I commend the preliminary work that the Oregon State Legislature has done to convene experts to evaluate the use of gas and what safer alternatives may exist that prevent the need for greater force. I commit the City of Portland to full participation in these reforms and encourage the legislature to complete this work as soon as possible. During the last 100 days, Portland, Multnomah County, and state police have all relied on CS gas where there's a threat to life safety. We need something different, and we need it now. Arson, vandalism, and violence are not going to drive the change this community needs. I expect the police to arrest people who engage in criminal acts. I expect the district attorney to prosecute those who commit criminal acts. And I expect the rest of the criminal justice system to hold those individuals accountable. We must stand together as a community against violence and for progress. I call on everyone to step up and tamp down the violence. I'm acting. It's time for others to join me.
Wow, what a tool.
Ted Wheeler, as a former state employee of the state of Oregon, I can tell you, dude, being in law enforcement, Carrie as well, you were as well, we need those tools. We needed those tools to get our job done effectively,
right,
with the least amount of injuries or fatalities as possible. You, sir, are straight up capital POS.
Yeah, because he's coming out and making it sound like what he's doing is, you know, the best way to maintain law and order and make sure that all the criminals are arrested and dealt with properly
Is by taking away
But
everything
no.
that keeps our
Yeah.
officers safe. That's the best way to do it because I'm a dummy. That's, you know, that's pretty much all I heard coming out of his mouth. Sorry, guys, that irks me a little bit because we are former law enforcement.
Yeah, so
It
he's
bothers
basically
us.
saying to all of the rioters and Antifa members and anyone who wants to come in and destroy his city, he's giving them the green light. He's
Mhm.
letting them know the police aren't gonna use tear gas on you.
Yeah,
Come on in. Do what you
exactly.
want.
And then he's like,
Do
oh,
whatever you
but, you
want."
know, we care. That's why we're taking all this stuff away
Right.
from the police.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
Did you hear Rochester, New York, literally defunded the police?
Did hear that. You were telling me about that.
I couldn't believe that. That's my hometown. That's where I'm from. Like
Yeah,
it
that's
like
horrible.
hurt me.
That's
It's
horrible.
It's horrible. I'm watching all these videos like, oh my gosh.
Really? So this is interesting.
Oh, here we go,
Don't
more.
let that play yet. Hold on a minute. So Portland enacts most stringent facial recognition technology ban in U.S., barring public, some private use.
Wait.
Interesting.
Technology. Wait. Facial recognition.
Facial recognition technology.
Ban.
Yeah.
Ban.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if they're not going to be able to wear masks,
Yeah.
they don't want them to know who they are, so they can keep their agents of chaos on the street.
Well, we were wondering if I think it was Serena and I were talking about, you know, maybe they wanted us to wear masks so they could work on their technology, you know, their facial recognition technology, being able to recognize people wearing masks. So, I mean, just a thought.
I think Ted Wheeler does need to wear a mask. He should probably wear a whole helmet. Yeah, I'm just saying. Portland City Council members voted unanimously on Wednesday to prohibit the public and in some cases private use of facial recognition technology, making it the most stringent ban of this kind nationwide, according to multiple reports. Portland Mayor Ted Wheeler and City Commissioner Joanne Hardesty introduced the bans, which immediately took effect for city agencies and will be effective on January 1st for private businesses, the Oregonian and Oregon Public Broadcasting reported.
Now, why do you think they wouldn't want that facial recognition to be able to recognize these peaceful protesters?
Peaceful protesters.
City? They don't want it to come back to them.
Exactly.
They don't want it to be able to be shown. This guy from here was hired by so-and-so, who directly ties back to you, Ted Wheeler.
This dude. Yeah.
Wow. Crazy.
What a stand-up guy he is. Pff.
Yeah, all of these guys are running their Democratic cities so well.
All right, this comes from Oregon Live, the Oregonian guys. And this was dropped. Oh, you know what? August 11th, 2020.
Oh, this is about, all of them, all the criminal cases having to do with all of these protests. They're being dropped.
Yeah. So hundreds of Portland protesters will see their criminal cases dropped as district attorney announces plan to recognize the right to speak.
But what they're failing to mention here is it's not the peaceful protesters that we're talking about here. This is people who were out there straight up doing like acts of violence, criminal acts, arson, like everything you can think of that is not peaceful. These are the ones who are having their criminal cases dropped.
Yeah.
This is insane.
Put right back on the street. And if y'all don't know where Multnomah County is, that's Portland.
Yes, it is.
So Multnomah County District Attorney Mike Schmidt, leaning on a group of community representatives he called his transition team, announced Tuesday that his office will drop most of the charges filed against protesters in Portland.
My gosh.
His prosecutors won't pursue demonstrators accused of interfering with the police, disorderly conduct, criminal trespass, escape, or harassment if the allegations don't involve deliberate property damage, theft, or force against another person, or threats of force, Schmidt said. So literally somebody could say, oh, I accidentally set that building on fire. I accidentally shot that person.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, it wasn't deliberate.
Exactly.
That's horrible.
Yeah, because you'd have to be able to prove that something was deliberate in this case. And just the fact that it says that they're not going to pursue demonstrators who are accused of interfering with police. Like, really think about that. Think about police officers who lay their lives on the line every single day for us.
Yeah.
Okay. They're out there facing all of these people who are doing these horrible, violent things. But it's okay if they don't listen to the police officers. It's okay if they interfere with the police. It's okay if they disrespect the police, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Like
Just like
it's
those guys
horrible.
on the freeway the other day that were literally like yelling at the police officers and trying to ask them all these questions while these guys are blocking the freeway. They're blocking the freeway. Of course, the police is going to come and arrest you.
Yeah, get out of the road.
Preventing people from moving in their vehicles on a freeway.
Carrie, I remember when I was a kid, people would jokingly tell me if I was being annoying, hey, why don't you go play in the street? I think these people took that literally.
Yeah, they think they can just
it's no place to play.
Close down a freeway. And then like the police come to arrest them because the police are doing their job and trying to protect the people of our world.
Yeah.
And they're like, what the hell are you doing here? Blah, blah, blah. They think they can just like yell at the police and get away with all this. They're so disrespectful.
I know. I saw someone on Twitter put it out there. They said, hey, if a cop is pointing a gun at you, you should probably do what they say.
You need to do what they say. Yeah.
Unless you're trying to win a Darwin Award.
I had this conversation
for
with
crying
some
out loud.
people I love the other day who, you know, we have differing opinions on all of this stuff that's going on. And they just don't understand why some people are getting shot by police. And it has nothing to do with race.
It has nothing to do with race.
Nothing to do with race.
If you're being a dummy.
Yeah.
And not listening to what they say and challenging their authority.
Exactly.
You got to expect what's coming.
Perspective, I can't help but just be like, hey, guys, family members who I love dearly. If you don't listen to a police officer and you don't do what they tell you to do, you gonna get shot.
Okay. Whoa.
You're gonna get shot.
Yeah.
You know you're gonna get shot.
Or beanbagged or pepper sprayed or whatever.
Like 3 times, right? An officer tells you to do something 3 times.
Guys, you only literally get 3 direct orders, direct commands before they have full authority.
They're not allowed to go back down. They cannot de-escalate. Once it's reached a certain level and the person is refusing to listen to them,
you determine.
It's not like they can be like, "Oh, hey, dude, it's cool."
If you get a tussle with the police,
you're pulling a knife on me, but it's cool. We can de-escalate from here.
And this is how it goes, guys. If you
pull a knife, you're gonna get shot.
And we're gonna move on, but I want to say real quick, if you are ever in a tussle with the police, you are the one. You are the one that will determine their level of escalation. And believe you me, they will always go one level higher because they have to stop you.
But it's you who determines the outcome.
Right. We're not saying you guys are going to do that because you're all God-fearing, God-loving patriots.
No, of course. We're just responding to
But there's a lot of people that don't get that. So let's move on to the next post. We got a lot to burn through. Let's get through them.
Okay, so our next one is post 4656, and this is today at 6:52 p.m. So it looks like we have here a definition of the word complicit. Complicit is an adjective, and it means associated with or participating in a questionable act or a crime, having complicity. Associated with, participating in an activity, especially one of a questionable nature. And then down below that, Q says renegade. Noun, a person who deserts a party or cause for another, an apostate from a religious faith. Adjective, of or like a renegade, traitorous. So both of these.
Renegade. Wasn't that Obama's Secret Service code name?
Sure was.
Didn't he self-pick that or something? It just seems like he did. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but
we'll have to look into that for sure. But I think he did.
Kind of like memory-wise, I think he might have picked his own code name, and that was it.
Did Hillary pick hers? Evergreen?
I don't know, but that's a weird one. There's a lot to dig into there. Post 4657 dropped 10th of September at 4:03. Oh wait, am I right? Nope. Sorry, guys. 7:03.
Military time. Yeah.
Q says debates. 1. Biden camp will find excuse, reason to terminate. 2, Biden camp will be provided with the questions ahead of time. 3,
Of course they will.
Biden camp will be provided with the questions ahead of time and assistance in the form of a special communication device.
So,
Q.
okay, when I heard this, it made me think of the Democratic National Convention, and I feel like he had that, whatever that special
Yeah.
communication device, probably something in his ear that's indistinguishable to the human eye. We can't see it, right? We can't see
Yeah.
the big thing in his
Well,
ear,
if you think about
telling
like
him
hearing
exactly
aid
what to
devices,
say.
a lot of them are so small you don't
Yeah,
even
they
see them
are, right.
nowadays.
They are very, very small, and they,
Mhm.
you know, could make it just
Mhm.
blend in with his inner ear.
So they're literally telling us, hey guys, during the debates, this is exactly what's going to happen. These 3 things are very big possibilities. Probably
Yeah, I
all of
mean,
them, because here's what might happen is Biden's going to debate and he'll have the questions ahead of time and they'll be feeding him through his earpiece. But then Trump is just going to body slam him across the floor with all of his responses. And so he'll probably revert back to one and find an excuse or reason to terminate the debates any further. I mean, it just
Right.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I mean, but that's the only
Yeah.
way that he was even sounding as coherent as he did
Yeah.
at that convention.
Yeah.
He had to have something in his ear. They were telling him exactly what to say,
Yeah,
right?
you know the
Because
thing,
we know
because
what
he
really
doesn't
sounds
know
like.
the thing.
He doesn't know.
He
the
doesn't
thing.
know anything. He just knows kids jumping on his lap and rubbing down his hairy
Oh God,
legs
let's not talk about it.
and cockroaches and stuff or
And
whatever.
he has absolutely no boundaries
Corn
with
pop.
children, and he's okay. Okay, post 4658. This came today at 7:21 p.m. Facebook, Twitter using DARPA provided software to censor and restrict picture content using matching. Think reverse image. Upload one to find, locate all. Cycling fives, meme combat approach, adapt and overcome. Q. So
Yeah, guys, I really
they're
wanted to
trying
talk to you
get
about
rid
this.
of all our memes. Yeah, this is Joel's
Yeah.
territory because he's the meme creator. The
I
graphic
wanted to say something
illustrator.
about this, guys. They're literally like, if you're trying to upload a meme using like stock footage or something that you downloaded off the internet, they're getting to the point where they're going to start tracing that backwards and making it so you can't do that. Like you go to upload a meme, you know, you have your little words on the picture. They're going to trace it backwards and be like, oh, this is a meme and it's anti-Biden, pro-Trump.
So
You know,
they can just
so they'll
get rid
just
of
they'll
them
just
all.
wipe it. It'll basically be shadow banned, and you'll be like, why isn't anybody seeing this? Or you'll get, you know, some notification that you can't post it. And that ties in because this was a conversation that was on the board here. So it goes into post 4659 that was literally dropped 4 minutes later. And an anon said easiest way is to recrop an image slightly smaller or slightly larger. Another is to just place pixels within the picture as one black pixel, usually full software like this, unless it's more advanced. Q says more advanced. Consider black corner box 20%, insert top, bottom, left, right. Sniffer cannot distinguish at this time. Okay, guys, because like at this time, because they're also fighting us on this. They know what we're going to try to do,
So
and
for
they're trying
those
to
of you
develop
who are
it.
like me, you have no idea what they're talking about right here. I mean, we get the general
Yeah.
idea that we need to fix our memes.
All you
somehow,
memeologists out there,
but
you
we
know.
don't know this lingo. So Joel,
Mhm.
explain this next one.
Okay, so post
4660.
4660, which was dropped 5 minutes after post 4659.
Yeah, so seeing this image, it makes
Yeah.
more sense to me. I can kind
So
of
you have
see
like
what we
this.
are supposed
Basically,
to be doing.
you can get your picture, right? You can get your picture, create your meme, and if you insert these black boxes in the corners, then the algorithms have a harder time reading what your meme is. And this is probably the best format to use because somebody also uploaded the inverse of that, which would be this, putting the black boxes here. And they said 1 or 2, and Q said 1 is
Okay.
sufficient at 20% of total. Okay,
Wait,
so
what does that mean? One is sufficient at 20% of total.
well, basically,
Oh, so wait, no, I don't know.
yeah. This one right here, it's you can use this one. You're gonna have to like jerry rig, find your way around this kind of stuff, guys.
I think all of you out there who are making memes, you probably understand this.
Yeah,
so
all of
we
you
don't need to explain it to
memeologists,
you.
all of you meme masters.
Those of you who are like me, you're like trying to figure out what this means.
Yeah.
But
All of you
if you're
memeologists.
not making memes like Joel, all the memeologists, like
Yeah.
we don't need to really worry about the details here because, unless you want to learn how to make memes.
Yeah, you'll do it. You guys, know, you're good.
But I know there's some people that are like me that don't do that,
Right. No, I get it.
Yeah, we focus on different things. So
then we move into post 4661, which was dropped at 7:33, and someone on the board asked, given this information, how much time do we have before they adapt? Q responds 2 to 4 days. They will deploy a centralized picture frame approach next. Instructions to follow, modified Q. So we've got some time before they modify their algorithms to catch on to that.
So this is what DARPA's up to, huh?
Yeah,
well,
a lot of these,
in addition to everything else that they're doing. Yeah.
And then it goes into post 4662, and Anon asks again, would a Q in the corner do the same trick? Q says negative regarding artifact insertion, 4-corner direct center approach, right? So you got 4 corners blacked out, direct center, boom.
So hold on, let me just make sure I understand. So like if the whole thing, right, is the image, and then you actually insert those black corners on top of your image, right?
Right.
To black out the corners.
But I also believe it could be you want to shrink down your image so the corners hit these. It's gonna be a work in progress, guys. But I know there's a lot of you out there who are going to get on this a lot faster than myself per se or other people, and that's amazing, and we need that. Then we move on to post 4663, and Anon asks, so a circle within the square. Q says, program hits 32 identifying structural points. If 20% of those points fail to hit, program passes as safe. 5 by 5. Right.
Okay.
You want to take the last one, Carrie?
I guess so. So this one came today at 7:48 p.m. And it looks like we have a Fox News article here. It looks like it has to do with DARPA.
Oh.
Dems deploying DARPA-funded AI-driven information warfare tool to target pro-Trump accounts.
It looks to me like...
All right, let's play this.
You want to play this?
Yeah,
all right, let's listen to it real quick, Patriots.
It's kind of long.
Michael Flynn would be exonerated based on everything I see. I've never seen anything like it. What they did, what they wrote, you wouldn't want this happening to you, what they did to General Flynn.
Back with a Fox News alert, newly unsealed documents revealing former FBI agent Peter Strzok asked the FBI to keep the Michael Flynn probe open despite a lack of, quote, derogatory evidence against him in this case.
Joining us now to weigh in on this new information is former FBI Special Agent Chad Jenkins. Sir, good to see you this morning. Thanks for being here.
Hey, good morning. How are you?
Good, thank you. What does this information tell you?
Well, it shows that FBI headquarters in Washington, D.C. is not an apolitical organization. No organization within the federal government is an apolitical organization because it's comprised of humans who are fallible and who are susceptible to conscious or subconscious biases. And none other is that closer than the FBI headquarters that was running this investigation. And, it could have been done from Washington field office or Northern Virginia RA, but to be done inside of headquarters that deals with the political sway of Washington, D.C., we're seeing how that influence played out.
It's about 3 years ago, and the FBI looked over Michael Flynn, didn't find a lot. Let's take a look here. The absence of any derogatory information or lead information from these logical sources reduced the number of investigative avenues and techniques to pursue. The FBI is closing this investigation into Michael Flynn. But Peter Strzok, very familiar name, sends a text message to the case manager that very same day and says, hey, if you haven't closed Razor yet, which was the name for the case they used, don't do so yet. And the recipient said, okay, and it would continue on, and then Flynn would eventually be in trouble. I mean, the hits really keep coming for Peter Strzok, don't they?
Oh, yes, they do.
Yeah.
They do. But when you look at that, I mean, the hammer that they're supposedly having against General Flynn is a potential violation of the Logan Act of 1799, and that's the pretext that they go in to interview him on. I mean, that's ridiculous. When you're leading, and now we're seeing it's actually on the final, desperation act of trying to get somebody on a 1001 charge lying to a federal agent, it means you don't really have anything in the bag to hold on to. And that's exactly what we're seeing now with the new revelations of all of this information.
Where do you think this should go right now as far as Michael Flynn is concerned?
Well, that's going to be up to the court to decide, the judge to decide with this new information. Fortunately, unfortunately, however you look at it, we got to stick to the facts. The facts are still General Flynn did lie during that interview about his discussions with the Russians, even though if he would have come forward and said, yeah, I talked to him, there never would have been a charge using the Logan Act against him. However, the judge's going to have to weigh that and look at all of this new evidence and make that decision on what the next steps forward are for General Flynn in this case.
Let's listen to Michael Flynn's deputy, worked hand in hand with him, KT McFarland. This was from The Story with Martha McCallum.
They were desperate to stop Flynn, because Flynn had a plan to reorganize the intelligence community. Flynn and I were collateral damage. The goal was to get Donald Trump and stop his administration dead in its tracks.
Chad, just get your reaction to that.
Yeah, I think going to the desperation plea, she's absolutely right. I can get anybody to go and lie on a 1001 charge. I mean, every single human has lied before. So to say that you're going to lead with this 1001 lying to a federal agent, any person is going to potentially do that and subject themselves to that. So that to be the hammer against them, ulterior motive for certain on this unfortunate, General Flynn. I served in the Army, served as an Army Ranger. That man gave his life to this country, and for it to be used the way it has, it's just, I mean, the political discourse in Washington, D.C.
Guys, I didn't really hear much about the DARPA-funded AI-driven information warfare tool to target pro-Trump accounts in there.
No,
that's kind of ridiculous. It's kind of a waste of time, honestly. Sorry about that. But basically,
that was still pretty telling, though.
It was pretty telling. Well, not a waste of time. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. But basically, like, oh, look, General McChrystal planning to deploy an information warfare tool that reportedly received initial funding from the Defense Advanced Research Projects Agency, or we know them as DARPA, the Pentagon's secretive research arm, transforming technology originally envisioned as a way to fight ISIS propaganda into a campaign platform to benefit Joe Biden.
Wow.
Huh.
Oh, defeat disinfo. That's their initiative, the name of their initiative.
So that's what they're calling disinfo, is all of us truth seekers. Really?
So it
doesn't fit their propaganda.
Basically, what this is saying is this is DARPA being utilized to take out all of us.
Yeah, guys, we were the target for them the whole time. Once we started saying,
all of us out.
We don't like you guys and we want to replace you. That's our constitutional right.
Did you see this? Look, in some cases, paying users with large followings to take sides against the president.
Yeah, so basically they started paying a bunch of social media, in quotes, influencers they're paying them large sums of money, whether they are even a registered voter or not, to start swaying their followers like, hey guys, follow Joe Biden.
No, but can you imagine being so low that you would be susceptible to that, to take sides against our president for money?
I can't imagine that, because I would not do it.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
That is insane.
Soulless. It's soulless. It's a deal with the devil.
It literally is. Yeah.
Who does that?
That's crazy.
We know the kind of people that do that.
So, man.
So Q said in response to that, excellent Q.
No, Arlie Culotta. No, I agree with you. General Flynn is not a waste of time. I was just referring to the fact that they didn't talk about the DARPA-funded stuff in there.
Right. Well, you know how they do that. They put a totally different video.
My General Flynn.
Yeah, it's
God
just
bless.
when we clicked on the article, they put a different video than what the article is actually about, and so we weren't expecting it to be about that.
God bless General Flynn, and
yeah, we love General Flynn. Oh
yes,
man,
that is our general right there. Love that dude.
Definitely,
100%. No, I was just talking about the DARPA, how they didn't talk about DARPA or the technology that they put out there at that time. Yeah, very, even with these articles, it kind of frustrates me listening to the videos because sometimes they don't even talk about what's in the titles.
That's one of their tactics to get you to
see
two of their things. They put a different video at the top of the actual article, so that you'll click on the video and then it has nothing to do with the article that you originally wanted to see.
Exactly.
So then you have to go back down and read the article.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
That's how they get you.
That's how they get you. It sucks because even in Fox News, there's a lot of misinformation, which does suck, but it is there, guys.
A lot of that lately.
You got to look who's in control of those places.
Yeah.
It's like you said, we are the news now, and we do have to tread with care for sure. And we're not. We want all of you guys to look at this information for yourself. That's why we always throw the links down in our descriptions so you guys can check it out for yourself.
Definitely. So before...
Oh, hey, what's up, Lima Beans?
Hey,
glad to see you here. God bless.
How's it going? All right. So we wanted to, before we were going to go live, because Q just was going crazy and we were like, oh my God, we just have to go live and just talk about all this stuff as it comes out. We were going to start our show with a clip of our president at a rally.
Right.
Do we still have that so we can show them?
Do not know.
So cool. Let's find it. We can do it.
Okay, let's see here. Okay, you guys probably all saw this rally yesterday, I believe.
It was so beautiful. Yeah, it was yesterday. We watched it yesterday, the 9th.
Yeah, let's see here. See if I can find it.
Let's find it. We can do it.
Okay, let's see.
Okay. Sorry guys, we didn't really plan to show this, but
Carrie wanted me to,
because it's so cool, and I think we just need to end our show on this because all of this stuff that's happening, all of the stuff they're trying to do, it's not going to work. We love our president, and this is just another example of how much the American people love our president. This never happens. This never happens where you see the crowd doing what they did here.
Especially when you have a crowd like this. But they're like this. They have such spirit in this country. People love our country so much. I went to Texas. I went to Ohio. I went to Florida. It's always like this. They love our country. And we're not going to disappoint anybody. We're not disappointed. For years, you had a president who apologized for America.
Look at him. He's like a little boy. He's like a little boy.
Apologize for America.
He's like,
well, if he ever comes out where we live, we absolutely will.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
And then it happened again. I think it was earlier today, right? I mean, we don't have to find that one to show him. Like,
right, but he kind of cut him off. He's like, "Don't make me cry."
Yeah, it was so cute. He's like, "Don't say that, or I'm gonna start crying."
Yeah,
and then that'll look bad for my,
for my image. The news is gonna say bad stuff about me,
like always, right? But he did mention that the news. Somebody told him that in all their years of covering all of these political rallies and all of this stuff, they have never ever heard the crowd do what they did just now that we just saw. They've never heard the crowd say, "We love you."
Exactly.
We love you. We've never loved a president like we love this.
Man, I love Trump. He is such an awesome guy. That's the boss right there. Yeah, love that amazing dude. And he's doing so much awesome stuff for America.
Every day.
Absolutely. We definitely do. So guys, I think that we are going to end this live stream. Lima Beans, thank you. Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate when you're here with us.
Yes,
we love
we
it.
love it.
we are so glad you're all here with us right now. Well, we do have to end this because it is getting late for us Patriots. Also, guys, we do have a Teespring account. Go check it out if you want. We have our gold cube collection over there. Okay, yeah, I guess we can show you real quick. Maybe if my screen chooses to work with me here. It might not. Who knows?
How do you do that when it's
Oh, here we go, guys.
Right
Yeah,
on.
you
There
can
we
go check it out. We have that up over there. It does help us out, you know. Me and Carrie have shirts, and we know quite a few people, you know, that we know in our daily lives that have this too, and it really helps us out, and it's really awesome. And we will get new designs up there, guys. We're you know, little bit of shameless plug here, but whatever, you know, the money does help us to support this show, to keep it going.
Yeah, and we fully believe in this product. Honestly, like these shirts are awesome. We both have them,
they're
and
amazing.
we love them.
They're
and
amazing.
I wear mine like all the
absolutely.
time.
So yeah, we'll link that down there too.
Yeah.
But anyway, we're just glad that you guys were here with us and that we got to get this out there to you.
Yes.
So are we going to end this, Carrie?
I think so.
All right.
Yeah.
So if you happen to be new here, if you're enjoying the content, please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, toggle the little notification bell so you're notified when we put out new videos. And as always, Patriots and Anons, digital soldiers and proud deplorables. Please do not forget, where we go one,
we go all. Love you, Patriots.
Good night.
Stay strong. Good night. God bless.